Hi everyone, how are you? It's Sharon here from the blog I Restore Stuff, and if you're joining me on the replay, welcome. Thanks for watching. We are flipped in reverse today because I cannot find the button. Facebook's taken that away. It's taken that option away in both places that I usually go live. So not sure what's happening there, but we'll just have to work with it. Let me just see if I can find my live down here on our Essential Stencil page. And I'm from the blog I Restore Stuff. My name's Sharon Hankins. I'm joining you live here for another DIY tutorial and featuring our fun brand new bundle that's just dropped this last week, on the weekend, the Faith and Farm set. So hello Brenda, how are you? Unfortunately, these are all going to look backwards because our flipper button, Facebook's taken that away. So I can't do anything about it. I'm going to check for updates later, but I know a lot of influencers and ambassadors have been struggling with that issue. So it's done it in both places, Facebook and the Business Suite app. So not sure what to do about that. So sorry about this. We've got Bless This Home. I don't know if you've seen the Faith bundle yet, but you can click on it on the link right there in the description of my live to show all of these in the right way around. Grace, I do hate going live when it's flipped like this. Especially when we're working with words, it makes it so tricky to see everything. So yeah, there's peace, beautiful verse from John 14. And this one, Our Father, who art in heaven, it's the Lord's Prayer. Beautiful, lovely, long stencils. You could even use that as a background for something, but it's 12 by 16, so they'd fit on a really nice large board sign. So let me just put those aside. I'm going to try and get to this round today, and that is Give Us This Day Our Daily Bread on a round board that I have prepared earlier in this beautiful colour, Bellwood by Fusion Mineral Paint. Hi Renee, maybe Renee, that's happened to you too. I'm going live in Business Suite, and usually it's got the flip, the words flipping around for me, but that was totally missing today. So if you're just joining me, we've got that issue of we're backwards, so that's what we're going to have to deal with. Simply Blessed is what it says, and gorgeous pattern on the back. There's actually 2 patterns in this set. So there's that. And then we've got some 4 cute tag size, mini tag size stencils. So even if you don't have actual tags to put these stencils on, these will fit on any kind of mini stencil board. So for example, I had one here earlier. Oh, here we go. This little art panel, cute little board, perfect for these. I missed one. Here is a mini 6x6, and it's got eggs, bacon and milk with the respective animals on that. So the mini tag signs we've got are the Faith, Family and Farm mini tags. There's that one, and there's 3 different sets of flowers. We've got a sunflower, we've got, oh, don't even know, I'm not even going to begin to name flowers. I'm not really great at that. And then this cute one with the chicken, the pig and the cow there. And we've got Farm Patterns mini tags. And fun thing I thought of, there's 4 different designs there. We've got wood grain, the chicken wire, honeycomb and cow print. So that's fun. And you could even use that as a background for some of your animals' prints, or even the words Faith, Family, Farm. You could use them as backgrounds for that. So great idea. Let's have a look. Also, I wanted to do something special with our Stencil of the Month Club set, which I forgot to introduce to you last week. But if you missed my live last week, or if you've missed any of the ambassadors talking about Stencil of the Month Club, I want to tell you that you can get it all month long. So there's oh, Renee said you've still got that problem yet with the flipping in the Stencil of the Month Club too. Yeah, it's crazy. I wish Facebook would just leave things alone. Give us our tools back. It's a very handy feature. So in our Stencil of the Month Club, as always, you get a premium set and then a basic set. The basic set is smaller, premium set very large. I'll just run through those quickly, and then I want to do something fun with it. So you can order Stencil of the Month Club all the way through, right up until the next one comes, I think, on the 13th of the month. So the new one is released on the 14th, and so I think you can order that. You will get the April one. If you join the Stencil of the Month Club anytime now. So if you don't, use my code, I Restore Stuff. Just going to run and grab that. Ta-da, and that's backwards as well. So imagine, just put this, hey, if you're watching Facebook Live and you're in the bathroom near a mirror, just put the live next to your mirror and you'll be able to see it all the right way around. I Restore Stuff and you save 10% on Essential Stencils, or if you use that code for the stencilofthemonthclub.com, you'll get your first month free on the basic plan or 50% off your first month in the premium plan. Now the premium plan this month, so fun. We've got this cute little pocket square, a little pocket with the stitching outlines, little patches. We've got lace overlay idea that you can put on there, a little star on your pocket. That'd be great for like 4th of July themed signs. So here's your patch. You put the base on first and then your patch designs. Same with, and I think Renee's probably even shown some of that in the Stencil of the Month Club itself, the Facebook group. So if you do join the club, you get to join the Facebook group, which is so much fun because so much inspiration in there as well. We've got some stems, leaves, and a cute little dandelion, I think, and some buds here. We've got more leaves and flowers, of course. Gorgeous. And then also, so these all come with the premium set. And we've got words, which you can't read, but I'll read them for you. My pocket full of sunshine, let your light shine, you are my sunshine, keep smiling, enjoy today, shine bright, hello sunshine. So there's several sayings there, so many that would mix and match with all sorts of different stencils and designs. And of course, we've got the optional add-on, which is always amazing, and it also fits in nicely with the design for Stencil of the Month Club. She believed she could, so she did. We've got a heart and then a heart stitching that could also go on your pocket. Dragonfly, your wings already exist. All you have to do is fly. And we've got a butterfly. So you put the base down and then you add the detail over the top. So here's just an example of what they've done, mixing this with the pockets on the Stencil of the Month Club set. So you can see there's so many fun ideas. I'm going to try one of those ideas today. And then the basic set just has a few flowers. It's got the pocket and one of the patches, so not all of them, and it's got just 3 sayings. So you definitely get more with the premium set, but just to make it a little bit more affordable to those of you who would like another option, they've created a basic set, which is a smaller version of the premium. All right, so we're going to start with this board today, and I wanted to show you a fun, excuse me, a fun background. Just going to see if I can find our comments on here. There we are. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for jumping in and saying hello. Yeah, Barb says turn the stencil around. I could have done that, couldn't I? To show you, but I won't be able to do that when I'm actually stenciling. So here's the stencil back to front, and now you can see it. So it's back to front for me, but that's the right way around for you. That's a great idea. Could have done that to show you. Okay, for the first part of this, I want to try something that I have tried before. I've even tried this on furniture, and that is creating a denim print with actual denim. So I've chosen a pair of shorts that I don't really care about anymore. Just a plain pair of shorts. Actually, you'll notice I have actually used this on a live before, because I stenciled on a little bee from one of the Buzzy Bee designs, and I actually embroidered over the stencils. So you can do all sorts of fun things with stencils, including embroidery. Use them as a template for an embroidery design. So they're just a pair of denim shorts. I've had a little practice run using some paint here on this part of the leg. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. Excuse me. Tori, could you grab me just a glass of water, please? That may be helpful. Thank you. Tori's looking after the dog today. Well, she's doing other things. She's very busy, but I'm thankful that she's watching out for Olive, who sometimes can be a bit loud, especially when a package arrives. So if you do hear some barking, that's probably what it is. Thank you so much. Okay. So I'm starting with a board that it's just a pine, actually plywood board. And I've painted it in raw silk. That's Fusion Mineral Paints raw silk. It's just an off-white, creamy colour, off-white colour. And that's what we want, a white, nice, light background for our denim look. Now, I didn't have open the colour that I would have liked to have used, and I hate to open a whole jar just for one tiny sign making project. And so I thought I'd do denim in this Homestead blue colour. So it's kind of that, I don't know, I think it would still create a fun faded denim look. So this is going to be a bit of a top coat, and what we're going to see is we're going to press the denim into the paint, and it will come off, leaving some flecks of the white as it presses down into this. So let me show you what I'm talking about. And this is just going to act as our background for our fun pocket sign that I'm going to do using the Stencil of the Month Club set. So here's our Homestead blue. So what we're going to do is paint it first, then I'm going to get my denim shorts, and I'm even going to use this, I think I'll use this seam here to try and see if that will stand out on here. So I've only done one coat of the white because it really doesn't have to be solid colour. I can still see some of the grain. That's just what we need to do to get started. And I'm just going to use any paintbrush, and we're going to just paint over the entire surface, and while it's wet, so this is your main key. Yeah, it's okay, it's more blue to me, but it has got a sea green kind of look to it. So I thought it'd be fun in a denim look. And again, as always, I'm kind of experimenting with the process of the pocket today because I need to figure out how I'm going to do that pocket part on my sign. It'll all come together in the end. All right, so I'm just going to put this all over, and I have to work fairly quickly because my denim needs to go onto, don't do this with the denim shorts that you're going to wear, okay, or denim jeans. You can even use your pocket on your jeans to create a pocket feature, but we are going to paint or stencil on our pocket today. So, oops, a blob of paint there. So we just need one coat, fairly thin coat, doesn't have to be too thick. And then we're going to, just sort of wiping back any excess paint we've got on there. Okay, so now, are you ready for the big test? I have done this before, and it was so fun on a set of little bedside drawers, and created this whole denim look, including the pockets and everything. So let's have a look. We've got our jean shorts here. I'm just going to lay them down. I want to try and get that seam on there. And what you're going to do, you're going to end up with paint all over your jeans. So I'm going to rub that really well. Look, if I had a brayer, this probably might work a little bit. Whoop, maybe not. Just need to move our hands all over, and I'm going to go inside the shorts here. And we're rubbing the denim onto the board, especially that seam that I've got at the side, and you should hopefully see that come up at the side. I was hoping to get that fringing down the bottom here. Maybe that will still work. All right, oops, I didn't want that. I'm going to a wedding after this, so I've got to grab every little bit of paint that lands on my fingers. All right, now we're going to lift that up and see if we've got a pattern. Hopefully I've rubbed it hard enough. The color of the paint is called Homestead Blue. And don't forget, if you wanted to use my code IRestoreStuff at the Fusion Mineral Paint link that I've got in the description of the live there, you can do that and get 10% off. All right, so now we're going to peel the denim off. Ooh, not quite as good as I thought it was going to turn out. I think I needed an extra coat of the white, but if you look really carefully, you can see, can you see that? The denim, oh, the light's shining on it a little bit. it's kind of got a little bit of a denim look there. Now, what I'm going to do is dry that off. Maybe you can see a bit better when it's dry. I might have had to have an extra coat of the white paint underneath to just give it a really solid layer of white. But if I hold that up close, can you see the denim pants right here? So it does look fun when you've got all sorts of, it does look denim. We've got some faded, it's almost like some faded bits of denim right on there. So there you go. Oh, you can see it. Yay. Oh, good. You can see it. So yeah, that's a fun background, and you can do the same technique for any kind of fabric, especially things like lace. You might like to do something like that on your lace. So I'm going to put the pocket right down the bottom of my stencil sign. So that's fairly dry now because it was a very thin layer. Now I'm going to just go over this part with white. Got that white raw silk here. That's it. And we're going to do the same thing again with this denim to try and get it to look a little bit more of depth there with the pocket. So I'll see if I can show you what I mean. I've got my raw silk on my paintbrush here. I know it's not the stencil brush. I'm just doing this very carefully, moving in from the edges. I haven't even dipped the brush into the paint again yet. This is just quite literally from when I first painted on the board and then just put my brush in a plastic bag. So let's see if we can add a little bit more paint to the middle. We want our pocket, I'm going to try and make it the same colour as the denim. Hopefully it'll stand out from the background here. And I can feel a bit of texture when I rub my fingers over it because that denim pressed in has a bit of texture. So let me dry that quickly, and I'll also dry the stencil as well, the paint that's on the stencil. Hello everyone, if you've just joined me, I'm actually using the Stencil of the Month Club set that's available now. If you join now, you'll get this one now, and it'll be shipped out to you. Oh, I think they're shipping out soon. It's the April Stencil of the Month Club set. Let me just shift this camera down slightly so you can see a bit better. I know that sometimes the comments cover what we're working on. It's hard trying to get all the balance right. Okay, so this is that same colour, Homestead Blue, in the background there. And I'm going to do the same thing with my denim shorts, jeans here. That's probably a bit wet. So sometimes the paint will then fill the fibres, so you need to find a different section of your jeans. So I'll try and do that for the pocket. And grab my brush again. And we're going in. Usually I would use a stencil brush, but we don't want a dry brush, we want wet paint. So I'm just coming in from the edges. Make sure you don't, try not to let it bleed through the edges. And I can see just little faint lines of white around the edge, and that'll be great because it'll be able to show through hopefully. Okay, so working quickly before it dries because it needs to be wet. Wrapping my brushes in plastic so they don't dry out in between. Stand up for this and lying it over again. So I've got my denim shorts any which way. Let's see if we can fit another. Oh, we probably don't need the seam. Just going to lay it down flat. And rubbing the shorts really well, and that's going over the top of that stencil design. Trying to find where the pocket stencil is. The lines of the stencil, you know, the edges. Oh, Barb says great colour choice for the denim. That's good. Yes, well, we could. This will be very interesting. These were my painting shorts anyway, so they were already jeans and then cut off, and they've been around for years and years. So if anyone's throwing out their jeans, now you've got another way of doing some fun things with it. Oh, there's the paint coming off the edge. See if that'll come off some more. There we go. Oh, look, it's working great in that corner there. You can see where the paint's peeled back off that first coat. Okay, so that's slightly, you can sort of see the edge there of where the pocket will be. And then we're going to add our stitches around the outside of the pocket area. So you can see how that looks nice faded denim. That kind of worked out a little bit better than the background here, but you can see, I love that you can see that feature. But you've got all sorts of, you can do the buckles and the zips and the zip area and pockets if you do this feature on anything else. But I thought, perfect for this. Now I've got to try and see where the edge of my, it isn't see-through enough. Usually if you're painting this, you do your pocket on a really contrasting background. I've done it on a same background. So we've got our stitches here. Got a couple of options for stitches, and I noticed on my jean shorts, we've got one row of stitching that's yellow and one row of stitching that's orange. Could do that idea. Could be a bit of fun. So I do have Little Star, the yellow, and Chestnut Mare, which is a fairly orange kind of colour. And to do this, I might need to use my very teeny stencil brushes to get in those stitching parts. Do we do the dots? Oh yeah, they're like the silver buttons, I guess. You could do those white. Okay, so let's start with our row of orange. Yeah, Shannon says it even looks like the pocket is raised like a pair of jeans. Yeah, it does give it a bit of that 3D look. Okay, so now because I'm using a stencil brush, I'll get some offloading cardboard here on the side that I can dip into. And these are the synthetic bristle brushes. I'm not sure, these probably are out of stock at the moment, but if you do see something out of stock, there should be a button there to say, please let me know when these are back in stock. All right, so we're going, let's just do the outside stitching here. And going all the way around, just pouncing a little bit. And because these are so tiny, it's easy to do this without getting it into the next row. Okay, that there. And we'll go outside here. Oh, looking cute. Oh, and we need to do another row with this part here, so let's just do this underneath part. If you do go onto my blog you'll find at my website irestorestuff.com, and just go to the blog tab, or even just go to the search bar and type in denim, and you'll find a bedside table where I did a whole drawer. All the drawers were done in this sort of denim textured technique. Okay, now we're going to use the little star. Which is a bright yellow. And we'll go all the way around. Our little stitching bits. Marcella's asking, what is better, the fusion paint or the milk paint? Oh, I'm glad you mentioned milk paint. That's one of my favorite paints to use. Now, milk paint, there's actually a few different types of paints for furniture. There's milk paint, there's also chalk paint or chalk type paints. Milk paint is usually in a powdered form. If you do find the liquid paint that says milk paint, it's not the actual true original milk paint type. It's powdered form and you mix it with water. Now, milk paint and chalk paint both have porous finishes, whereas the fusion mineral paint has a built-in top coat, so there's no need to seal it or wax it. That's one of the main differences. Also the texture, there's a couple of different types of, there's a couple of differences with chalk paint and milk paint, or even the fusion paint, in their texture. So milk paint is really quite runny, but it still has good coverage, obviously depending on the color you choose. And it's really a lovely paint to work with. I love painting furniture with that. You can get a good chippy look with some finishes that are on furniture, but if you're putting milk paint on raw wood, it really soaks into the grain and it will never rub off. It will not come off. It is there forever. It almost stains the wood. So milk paint is quite runny and self-leveling, and then chalk paint is quite thick, and then fusion mineral paint or mineral paints are fairly a little bit in between. So they have a nice self-leveling feature ability as well. Whereas chalk paint is generally a little bit more thick, and it tends to really work well for those pieces that you want to add texture or, yeah. You can smooth them out a bit and use a bit of misting spray to add to that, but generally they do work well for that. Adding brush strokes in to your work. Creating texture and 3D kind of look. Okay, nearly coming to the end of our stitches. Let's see how that turns out. Oh, cute. I love it. I like that little pocket. And the edges still stand out. You can see that little white line that kind of makes it look a bit 3D there. Featured on that. So now what we can do, I love that there's patches and everything, but I know since we've done that nice feature there, I think we don't have to worry about the patches, but see how you can add this lace to the top of the pocket. It fits right there. So if you wanted to add a bit of lace, you would add, say for example, white right here, and then put this on top and go over that with your possibly the same denim colour that you've just done there. So that's how you would use these with the patch. You add the patch here, then you can add your checks, and then add the little stitches on the outside of the patch. Same with the star, add the star and then the stitches around the star. So such a great versatile Stencil of the Month Club set. And now I'm going to add sunflower poking out of the pocket. So we could do that there. We can use that same kind of yellow and gold, yellow and orange, that would fit nicely. And I've gone and washed up my brushes, but we will use we'll use this brush today, our stencil brushes. This is the 1/2 inch. These come in a set of 4, and I'm using this terracotta color. It's called Chestnut Mare, and I'm just whirling that, working it into the bristles on my offloading cardboard here. And I think I'm going to go the inside of the sunflower. And we're just going to do sort of a blended look and create a bit more of, we can do this green. I didn't bring a green, you guys. I do have this Bellwood color, which is about this color. Would that work as a green? Might work all right. Could always go over it afterwards and change that. So that's that color. Pop that in a little wet cloth or a plastic bag so it doesn't dry out in case I want to use it again. Now, yellow. No, let's do that green. I'll try this Bellwood green. It's a very soft, subtle green, a little, almost like a greyish, green-grey. And if I want to change the colour and go over it, I can go grab it after my live and go over it then. We'll just see how it looks. So I've got a little stem right here, so I'm just going to do the stem and then the leaf coming over the edge of the pocket. If you wanted extra coats, you could do that. Oops. Oh, Muscle, you're just asking because you finished sanding down the dresser that had milk paint on it and was wanting to bring it back to the same thing, and they have almost the same color as it was. Yeah, so if you do find milk paint, I do love Miss Mustard Seed's milk paint. If you want my affiliate link for that, I could find that for you. Just let me know. You can message me at Iris Store Stuff on my page and get that for you. Okay, 5/8 inch brush, adding a bit of yellow now. Just offloading that on the cardboard. And we're going to add our yellow all around the outside, blending it into that brown that I've got in the center. A little bit more. My yellow paint is very old, so it's drying out a little bit. It probably deserves a little bit of water and a mixing up again. I can dab it on a wet cloth and that might help a little bit. Oh, there we go. One more round over the tips. bright sunny yellow. Cute. There it is coming out over the pocket. Make sure that's all dry. And then we can add our words to the top. I'm going to choose from our sayings my pocket full of sunshine, because we've got a sunflower there, and I'll do that in yellow because I think that would work great. Now I'm going to show you this. The right way around for you is actually back to front for me, so I'm going to have to do it the right way, otherwise that would be weird if I made this sign and it was all back to front. So our phone, if you've just joined me, the Facebook people have taken away our ability to flip the camera when we go live, and it's quite annoying. I'm going to use some of this yellow that I've got over here and add that to my stencil. I'm doing nice round swirly strokes. Because I've got hardly any on my brush, that works, but if you have too much on your brush, you will get fuzzy edges and bleed through, so make sure you've offloaded on your piece of cardboard as much as you can first before you go over that. So that's got that. That was super quick and easy. And there we go. We've got a cute little denim pocket with my pocket full of sunshine at the top. How do you like that? That is lots of fun. All right, now for our one from our farmhouse collection. If you missed it earlier, I showed you all of the different signs and stencils from the farmhouse collection, the new farmhouse collection, including some, it's Faith and Farm is the name of the collection. And I've just done this in that same color Bellwood that I did the leaves with. If you do want that fusion mineral paint, use the code Iris Raw Stuff, and there's a link in our description of our live. And there's so many beautiful things. We've got the Lord's Prayer. There's so many, another verse. What is the other one? Simply blessed. We've got the other scripture verse is John 14:27. Peace. Peace I leave with you. I love these rounds. I've got some great rounds that I can work with these. And so here is one. Now I did have a thing on the top, so I need to get that. Now, my little edges, I'll see if they fit on, but they may not. So I may have to just go without those edges, because the stencil, this round is like 11.5 inches, and I think the round is for 12-inch stencils. So I'll see if I can avoid those lines around the edge and just go with what we've got there. Now, thinking of something to do it with, I love the idea of just plain white, so I might try and do that. And maybe we could feature something with the wheat, like the yellow. We could do that wheat in yellow. Let's do that first, since I've got my yellow stencil brush here still. And we'll try yellow around the edge. Can you see my offloading? So we just press the paint on, offload it onto the cardboard. Let's go from here. You just need, when you're doing a background of a color, you just need a contrasting color is best to stencil with. If you get a color that's too close to the color that you've got as your background, it can just be not so noticeable. It doesn't stand out as much. There we go. And now I can go to our words, and I think I'll just do them a nice bright white, and that'll make them stand out. inch. And I'm using the colour Raw Silk, that same off-white colour that I did as the background for my denim sign. Melissa, they are. I love the faith-based stencils. They are really nice, meaningful. Don't forget, we've got a giveaway at the end of our live today. So 3 lucky winners will have the opportunity to win a $20 gift card from Essential Stencil, and you'll get to spend that on whatever you like. Maybe you might like the whole Farm Faith bundle, and the bundle is only available for another 4 days, guys. So don't forget, use my code IRestoreStuff. There it is backwards, but it's IRestoreStuff, all one word. And for the next 4 days, you can use that and grab the bundle deal, because when they put it all together as a bundle, they discount it huge. I think it's like 30% or something. So it'll be on there. So if I'm wrong, don't quote me. You'll see it right there. It'll say how much it is and what percentages it is off. And then that's available for the next 4 days. And then you can just buy them individually or singly as well. You can do that now if you wanted to, but if you do want to take advantage of the bundle, now is a great time to do that. I love these fonts. Looks like a vintage, old vintage sign type font. I love it. Has anyone already ordered the Faith and Farm bundle? Let me know. Shelley, you're hoping to get the Faith and Farm set? You sure can get that anytime in the next 4 days. Use my code IRestoreStuff. Thank you, Debbie. If any of you missed it earlier, I created a denim look on a background for a sign, so I can show you how to do that. All you need is an old pair of denim jeans, or you could just get an offcut. If you're a sewer and a crafter, you might have a sewing stash of denim. You could just use that. But I do love that when you use an actual pair of jeans or shorts, you can actually create those ridges and edges and features like this on the seams in your look. Lots of fun. And you can do that with other fabric. Lace is a good example. And you're just pressing it into the wet paint, but make sure you've got a contrasting color in the background. I chose white as my background contrast. And then as the denim lifts up, having soaked some of that, it creates a bit of a pattern in there, and the white in the background is revealed in that pattern. Give us this and day. Oh, we've got the verse down the bottom. And some more lines. I'll go with the verse first. Donna, you need to try stenciling on clothing. Oh, I've done that before too. Actual stenciling. I've stenciled my jeans and jean shorts that I wear sometimes on my lives, my painting shorts now. Stenciled a few things there. I did show earlier on the shorts that I had here. I did those on a live once before and added a bumblebee, a little bee design. I stenciled it first and then I embroidered over the stenciling. So if you can embroider, stencil's a great way to create a base and then you go over with your embroidery all around. It's a fun look. All right, let's see how these colors turned out. Oh, beautiful. I love that they stand out nicely against that beautiful soft green background. So remember, my words are backwards to you only because Facebook wouldn't flip my screen around today. So yeah, you could do a few little different things with that. You could add a bit of shadowing over here. What do we call that? Just a little bit of, I'm going to do a dry brushing around these edges. Dry brushing is when you've got hardly any paint on your brush. And I'm just going to hit the edges with that. See if I can show you up close. So you can see how we can see those edges, and there's the difference with none on the edge and some on the edge. Just hitting it nice and lightly. Almost finished, so don't go anywhere because we do have some winners being picked for our live winners. Adding it around the side. The side is gripping that white because it's quite rough. It's like the end grain of the wood. It's a bit rough on the edges. And that catches the paint nicely when you're trying to do this textured look on the sides. I'm going to call it textured or shadowed, or what other things could you call that? Chris says Olive is quiet tonight. Yes, Tori's just taken her and put her in the crate in the other room, and then she can't bark at every single bird or neighbour that walks past. We have a baby magpie in our yard that is being taught or trained by its mother to feed, and so the mother will, grab a worm and come and feed it in its mouth, and they make these distinct little sounds. And so it sits in the front garden, right where Olive can sit at the front door, look at it, and then she sometimes will just bark at it. A little frustrating sometimes. Okay, so there we go. We've got some fun edge textures around the edges there. How do you like that? Really, have I said how much it annoys me that we are back to front today? All right, it is now time to check if we've got some winners. And yep, my screen's back to front back there, but it says I Restore Stuff. That's where you can find me. At my blog, look up, even if you ask me in the comments, I can find that blog post for you where I use that denim look on the bedside tables. Such a fun idea. 10% off if you use code I Restore Stuff. Now this one was using the Stencil of the Month Club. Use the same code for the Stencil of the Month Club and you will get your first month free with the basic design plan and 50% off on the premium plan. So that one says My Pocket Full of Sunshine, and we've got the sunflower there with the denim. I'll show you that. You can see the denim fabric has worked pretty well over here. Some of the areas it's a little bit darker, but you can try that technique, and you could always try it on a piece of cardboard first, which is what I did with that color. Just used a piece of cardboard and practiced it. So the cardboard's white, paint the blue, press the denim into it, lift the denim up, and you're left with it's kind of like you're pressing in and you've got that textured fabric look on the inside. So that's that. And then we've got our Faith and Freedom set here. So I hope you loved those tonight. Just hanging here for a second more so we can see if you're a winner tonight. Thank you, Joan. Says the denim project is awesome. Look, if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments there and I'll be happy to answer you if I can. It may take me a while. We've got a wedding to go to tonight. It may even be tomorrow before I get back to your questions. But do tag me at I Restore Stuff. Any questions and I'll be able to see that. Oh, good. Judy, thank you. That's amazing. Glad you liked that technique. Yes, Marcella, just message me at I Restore Stuff, my page, and I'll be able to get that there. If you need help with the milk paint questions, also on my blog post. There's our winners, and they're probably about to pin those, but I see them flying up there. Debbie, Chris, and Jean. Debbie, Chris, and Jean, you're our winners tonight. Congratulations. And you've won yourself a $20 gift voucher for Essential Stencil. Can't wait to see what you use them for. If you do join the Stencil of the Month Club, I can't wait to see you in there and showing us some of the creative things that you come up with. You get a stencil set every month and they show you what the set's going to be. We show you what it's going to be beforehand. And you do have an option if you wanted to skip a month. So it is a great place to start. There's a few different subscription options, 3 months, 6 months. I can't remember them all. Maybe there's 1 month as well. Okay, Pat, I'll try and remember that and I'll get on to posting that dresser with that technique on the dresser. So there you go. Thanks for our winners tonight and I will see you again next week. Bye.